Hey guys, today I'm making you a little tutorial on how to change your guitar strings. This is my little Taylor GS Mini acoustic guitar. I'm going to take you through the simple steps of how to start restringing your guitar, and hopefully you guys will learn how to do it. So to get started, you guys are going to need a couple of things. First of all, you're going to need some new strings. There are different thicknesses of strings. I like to play 11s, so 0.011. These are thinner strings. I have small hands and I like to play on these, but you know, you guys can look up the different gauges and see what you want to play with. You need a string winder to wind your strings so you're not here for a million hours. This is kind of a 3-in-1, which is great. It's from Planet Waves. It's got a peg remover because we're gonna need to remove these little pegs from here. It's got also a clipper right there. See, that clips, and that'll clip off the edges of your strings when you have restrung it. You're gonna need a tuner to tune your strings after you're done, and it's always good and handy to have a cloth to just wipe down the guitar. My guitar is pretty dusty. That's it, let's get started. So the first thing that we're gonna do is take the old strings off the guitar, grab your string winder, and we're gonna unwind the strings. You can do this by hand if you want, but I like to do it with this. It just takes less time. Just get really loose. You wanna do that for all the strings because of the tension. Then on this side for these strings. Okay, this is really gross. All right, that's done. So what I'm doing now is just unwinding the strings with my, just getting them out of their little, out of the holes here. Obviously, I've been wound for a while. Just be careful with your eyes because, these are really sharp and you can't really see it. I remember once I was restringing my dad's electric, and my dad actually is left-handed, and I didn't realize, but I was tightening the wrong string and it snapped and hit me right under the eye, and I kind of, almost lost an eye. After you've done that, you want to come over to your pegs and you want to take them out. Now it's safe because there's just no tension in the strings. I'm going to grab my winder, the 3-in-1, slide it on vertically over and pull. Okay, pull it out. There's the last peg out. So now I got my strings off the guitar, pull them up, and then just whatever, put them out the way, please. At this point you can polish it if you want. I'm not gonna do that just for the sake of time, but I'm gonna clean here on the headstock because it's dusty. Now we are ready to restring. So this is what they look like when they come out of their little packet. This packet has to be closed or else the strings have been opened. So we're gonna start with the thickest string first. I'm just gonna tell you guys the way that I learned it because I don't know, every guitarist thinks of their strings a little differently. Unravel gently like that, because otherwise they spring out. If you're having trouble, they are color-coded on the back of the packet, so each of these little circles of color are kind of coded so you can see which ones go where. Just put your string into the hole, the first hole. I put it about 1 inch down, and then see that groove on the peg right there? You're gonna have to, that groove has to go along the string, okay? Push it down, push it in as hard as you can, and then pull it up. And you can kind of feel it lock into the peg right there. Now what you want to do is align this little hole right here in the same direction as the neck. So the string goes in and it's going to be parallel, right? So you need it to go just straight down in there. So you don't want to put it like this and you like the hole like that. You want it to be so that the string goes in straight up like that. Thread it through. Make sure that you want it to be firm but not too tight because you don't want to kink the string or anything. We're gonna slacken it. So 4 of my little fingers, because I have small fingers, if you have bigger fingers, use 3. So 4 of mine, and I'm gonna take till my pinky basically and give it some slack. Okay, there, it's slacked. Now we're gonna make a kink so that it winds correctly. So here I'm gonna take these 2 fingers and I'm gonna put them in opposite pressure. Okay, so I'm gonna push my thumb that way. I'm gonna push my forefinger that way. Get my string winder right here, like that, and I'm gonna start winding. Always applying this pressure, almost like I wanna stop it from winding, because what I wanna achieve is that it kinks like that. Okay? So there we go, winding. Okay, I think I got it. So I'm gonna let go. That hurt. So now you can see, because I put pressure on it and wound it, now it's kinked. Now this part's really important. The tail of the string needs to wind over this other part of the string. Like you never want it to wind under, okay? Because you want the string to wind downwards. So just make sure that the tail is always going over the string. So hold on to it here. You want to press this little part down so that the tail always goes over, okay? So now you just keep winding. See, the tail's going over. Careful with your eyes because the tail, you know, spins around, flicks, especially if you're with someone else. Watch, see how it flicks? And keep winding. Go, go, go. All right, starting, I can feel a lot of tension in there. All right, here we go, see? All right, you're good. Don't give it much more tension than that. You never want to like string it to the tension that's meant to be, just let it be loose. And now you keep going, all right? String number 2 into the peg, an inch in, make sure the groove goes into the part of the string there. Down it goes, press it in real tight. Make sure the hole is parallel. Thread it through, make sure it's kind of firm. Don't forget the 4-finger rule to slacken it. These 2 fingers applying the pressure, we're gonna start winding it. Okay, there we go, so we got the kink. Now you're gonna hold it, make sure this part is, you know, as far down as it'll go. And we're gonna just keep winding it, okay? So that we wind the tail over the string. Just for the sake of ease, I'm gonna just cut these now because I don't want them in the way when I'm restringing the other strings, okay? And you can do this with any pair of wire cutters. You might have some in the garage or whatever. This just comes on this tool, it's just handy. I'm gonna restring the rest for you and then I will come back to these 3 to show you how that works. All right, to do the last 3 here, it's the same thing. The only little detail you have to pay attention to is that the strings come in on the inside of these little hook things, right? And they want to wind on the inside too, so they want to wind like that. So you need to make sure that this, I can see it's moving the other way, so that means the string's gonna wind like that, which we don't want. So you need to make sure when you're winding it up that the string always maintains itself on the inside and winds around like that. That's the only caveat. Other than that, the rest is exactly the same as you've been doing, so let's just get going. Your guitar is restrung. It sounds terrible because it's out of tune, so that's where the tuner comes in. So now that we've tuned it up a little, kind of basically, what you want to do is press on anywhere that the strings have like a joining or change direction, so anywhere that they really have a lot of tension. This is obviously going to detune them, but you want to do this because you want them to break in, essentially. So there, and also here close to the bridge. And then you just retune it. Just keep doing this until you're happy. Okay guys, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to restring your guitar. I'm sure there are faster ways out there to change your strings. Don't worry if you can't do this first time. It's kind of fiddly, but you'll get the hang of it, I promise. You can also check out my tutorial on the Yeti USB microphone, kind of the basics of how to set that up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like this video. Check out patreon.com/AnnaFreak, and I will see you guys next tutorial. Bye!